Straight to it. Yo. We is back. We is back.
In
This is
real
in
life
real life
though,
though. You
Facts.
got our panel. I'm
yeah,
Bug.
Ted.
I'm at
That's
the facts.
Huh?
and
Tired out the beat.
and we got a special guest for y'all today.
What's up,
Legendary.
man? This your man Tech Nine, aka Flex. You
Huh?
dig? Uptown,
Flex.
Uptown, one half of UNLV. Shout out to my dog, yeah, man.
Shout
Salute,
out to y'all.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And rest in peace of Yella, you dig? We ain't
Rest
gonna
in
forget.
peace, yeah.
Most
Right.
Yeah, you
definitely, man. Most definitely.
gotta make sure we drop Yella in. Um for the people that may not know on our platform, um, give the people a little quick, brief rundown of who Tech Nine is, how they would know you, where they would know you from, because everybody we don't know the reach from our demographic, from what I'm saying. We don't know who gonna see this, so just the people that may not know the history of who UNLV Tech is.
Right. I got you. Tech Nine is part of a group called UNLV, right? For those who don't know, and the group consists of Lil Ya, Yella Boy, and myself. And we started out independent, as far as me and Ya. And as the brand grew and the name grew, we caught the attention of Cash Money Records, Birdman and Slim. So after that, it was kind of like history. We started making hits, dropping hits all through the 90s. And we just continued to, build a legacy. And sadly, Yellow Boy was murdered, and me and y'all had to make the decision whether we wanted to replace him or keep going ourselves. And we just decided that we was gonna just keep going ourselves and continue to build while remembering him, keeping his name alive. So it's really not an album that we dropped after Yellow was murdered that we didn't, show him love and try to keep his legacy going. And to this day, that's my tunnel vision. Keep Yella name alive. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's not here to defend himself, and Yella had like a small family. It was just him and his mother. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he the only child. So who's there to defend him but me? So I'm gonna do it. No matter what the cost is. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm gonna just scream my dog name for real.
Okay.
Hey, that
Real.
what
So
you supposed that what you supposed to do in real life though. You supposed to keep his name alive like that.
Nah, for
For
real,
sure.
for real.
yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I feel too. But I just want to know, after all these years, what made you decided to start finally telling your stories?
Well, actually, like I spoke in one of my videos. I think I think it was the video I put up there today. This I've been contemplating telling my story, but just not knowing exactly how I'm gonna start telling it. And like I said, I started telling this story in a book that I penned in the penitentiary. And I finished that book in 2020. I haven't released it yet. I'm waiting on it to get edited because I just dove back into it, but I never like altered it or touched it. How I left it in 2020 when I finished it, that's how it is now. And these are the stories that you'll see in that book. Some stuff that I'm not gonna talk about on YouTube that you'll see in the book. A lot of different stuff from my upbringing to being neighbors with Tyler Perry and Mr. Servo and all kind of
Damn.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my story. And when I think about it now, when I came home from prison, man, Yah was kind of schooling me to the YouTube and internet and Instagram, Facebook, right outside
Right.
of what I already knew, because I ain't been gone uh, a long time, but it was long enough. I was gone 6.5, right, close to 7 years.
Right.
So the internet was there when I left, but it switched. You feel me? To some
Hmm.
other stuff,
To what it is now.
and uh it's like uh the gloves is off right now. It is what it is. So uh when I start looking at the internet, I'm like, I'm not about to let all these other people tell my story instead of me telling my story. You know, a lot of times people's story get told when they're dead and gone.
Right.
And almost 8 times out of 10, it's not told correctly. It's told from their perspective. They're not hearing the actual truth. You know, they hearing what they assume or what they perceive it may be. You feel what I'm saying? But it's
Mhm.
not coming from the person's mouth. So y'all getting my story coming from me. I'm not about to let nobody else, just butcher my story. Nah, man, I bet not. So I feel like I'm gonna tell it myself. You're gonna hear it coming from me. And
Right.
what's so beautiful about my story, whether a person like it or not, I'm not lying, my nigga. I'm not lying on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? Now my stories may rub MF the wrong way, but
Right.
I ain't lying on. They can't say he lying on me. You know,
Right.
the only reason old boy get up there and say my stories is cast and lies because he's in defense of that brand, and I get it. But if you can read a person by the look in their eyes, you can look in his eyes and see that he's bothered by me coming out with this because there's some stories that, this is stuff that people ain't really know. When I spoke about the fight, even he didn't know that because it was only me and the two people that had the fight. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So he's so confused that I'm so locked in with a lot of different stuff till it is what it is. But my my motive overall is not to allow nobody to tell my story. You're not gonna
Right.
butcher up my legacy when I can just give it to you raw and uncut.
I will say
Right.
this, Tech. He did. I watched a lot of his video. He told that story about that fight. I don't. It was a long time ago. It was a different. It was actually pretty much on the same line you said, because what he said was at the end when he got word that that happened with Slim and you and Yella and Baby, he jumped on a pedal bike and he went. He
Nah,
came ride to look for you, but you were standing in the cut, and he was like you was on point. That was what
now
he put
let me
to
hold
the
on.
end of
I
it.
don't I don't mean to cut you off because
Nah,
I
go ahead.
understand. I understand. Proper dialogue is uh important. But
Yeah,
once again, I lied for you before I lied to you. When I came home, I did an interview with old boy, and I was 7 days out, green, still smelling like mashed potatoes and stale bread. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And
Right.
and y'all connected me with him. And so I went ahead and, just off if y'all tell me crawl under that car, I'm gonna go crawl under that car, and that's vice versa. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? So when y'all told me to lock in with him, you dig, I did. And before we locked in, before like y'all hit the record button and we said a couple of things, before he hit the record button, no, I'm lying. Let me backtrack. We talked on the phone before he actually called me with the little link and stuff.
right,
So when he called me, he said, "Look, man, I know you've been gone. There's internet. The people they love lies, and that's what makes the numbers go up. Blah blah blah. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell everybody that when you hit Sugar Slim that I came around there looking for you, but they had no kids. So I let him run with it. If I'm lying to y'all, go and strike me down
oh,
right now. I let him run with it because I'm so green. If we'd have had that conversation today,
Right.
I would have been like, nah, man, don't fool with that. But the only thing that I had been hearing in jail, yeah, oh boy, about to come home, oh boy, about to come home. And in my mind, I'm like, God damn, how this fool get out of prison? And I remember this was like 2005, right before Katrina. Him and Yah was dealing with like the same female, and the female was by our house, and he happened to hit the female on the horn while she
Right.
by us, and he put us on the phone, and she
Right.
put him on the phone with us, and he was like, "Hey man, yeah, y'all, that song y'all did, bro, y'all need to leave that alone, bro. Y'all just chill out." Which he talking about the song that I posted the other day, which is UNLV featuring BG when we was dissing Birdman now.
All right. All right.
I
All right.
got the phone call from him, via the little broad that him and y'all both was dealing with. But man, overall, I ain't got no reason to lie. Maybe that's rubbing people wrong, but
Right. Right.
it is what it is, man.
With that being said, bro, like being you.
come from the streets, you know what I'm saying, from the old law, you know what I'm saying? Are you completely okay with the streets calling or consider you a rat?
Man, I'm say, bro, I'm 51 years old. The streets ain't do nothing but destroy me, fam.
Right, right, right,
I don't have no loyalty to nothing that ain't loyal to me. When I was young and on heroin and stuff like that, my mind was poisoned to think that I gotta believe in that. But the streets don't love me. Ain't nobody send me no money but my son and Lil Yah when I was locked up. The streets ain't
yeah,
send me no bread. So I
yeah,
don't care about what the streets say. The streets ain't feeding me. You feel what I'm saying? It don't matter.
right,
Say, but tomorrow the streets probably could call me GAY. You think I'm gonna let that bother me?
right,
They got 742,000 broads that gonna argue that. I promise you. You
right,
feel me?
742.
Nah, I was
Damn.
I was I was capping. I was capping.
But
But
now
you get what I'm
I know you
saying.
at.
nah,
You
for
feel me?
real,
Look.
I
Say,
want
So
bro,
I can't allow I can't
before the
allow
hot
what
boys,
nobody feel about
look,
me. Go
before
ahead,
the
right,
run
hot
it.
boys was hot, UNLV had. So you might be around y'all. I get where you at. Y'all was in the city. Y'all was the hottest shit moving. You dig? Y'all was
Uh-huh.
so your numbers your numbers up there, but um
nah, for real
uh,
though,
another thing, because we've covered some of your videos. Matter of fact,
Uh-huh.
we just got off live.
All right.
When you talk about Master P, took the about it, the song.
Right.
So we didn't
Uh-huh.
cover, a couple of your videos. And one thing people we questioned, that was the question, that was the topic for the day. Who did
Yeah.
Tech get that call from? That's what people want to know. When you
Oh
say you
yeah.
got that call, people want to know. They speculate and they saying it was Baby, it was Hot, it was the police, it was the Fed, it was the NOPD.
Nah.
If you won't answer that,
It it
the
was
floor is yours.
12. It was 12 that called me. I got family members that's 12, right?
right,
So
right,
they know that they're kidding to me. So and they also, they regular people like us.
right,
They fans. You know what I'm saying? They like music. So they reached out to my family to reach out to me. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what they want to talk about, but yeah, go ahead, give them my number. So right when they hit me up, they like, we trying to see what you're talking about. We've been hearing stories like this for a long time now. So
Was
are
that was
you
that
willing?
was that like the cold case department or something? Because I know they
I
got a
don't
cold
know.
case
I don't
department.
know what department it
Okay,
was. It was just some captain, blah blah blah. I don't
right,
gotcha.
understand.
right,
I don't
right,
know what department. But anyway, so once they asked me was I comfortable with sitting down with them, and I'm like, nah, bro. So they was like, well, are you comfortable with going off the record talking to us because we got some other stuff going on and you might can help us? I'm like, nah, bro, that wasn't my intention. Let me say this. Although my actions resulted in that attention,
right,
when I decided to do it, that wasn't my intention to get those results. I just woke up on some stuff like, man, I'm about to talk about what I wrote in my book. F them boys. I'm exposed that. I really was bitter about my dog gone and, these MFs running around like it ain't that. So I'm gonna go ahead and expose it.
right,
In my mind, being that I done did some street stuff and been in the streets in my mind, like, ain't nothing really could happen. Ain't no evidence, ain't no witnesses or nothing like that. I just wanted to blast them.
right,
But
Gotcha.
I do take accountability to be totally transparent with y'all. I do take accountability for the results of my actions, but I'm not I don't care about none of that. I'm not worrying about nobody trying to do me nothing or none of that. Just like I told you, I got some powerful people in high places. And just like I made the joke today, if anything, if I get a skid mark in my drawers, them boys gonna be eating ramen noodles for the rest of their life. I'm not worrying about none of that there. You
yeah,
feel what I'm saying?
For real though.
Real talk.
Now, I just want
But
to ask this though, like with you and Gangsta, okay, was y'all like friends or cool or something in the initial, like in the
you going out, I can't hear you.
Your audio went out, Ash.
It's out, sis.
Your
You
audio
got
went out.
you got hit like fridge. You got punched in the
And
gut.
let her know I can't hear.
Yeah, she froze up. She gonna jump right back in. While we wait for her to come back in, that was I had to ask that because a lot of people had their speculation on what made you. You know what I'm saying? What
Oh man, it's so
who
crazy.
really when you did the follow up video, people wanted to
Yeah,
know like who that person
right,
was that made that call.
Nah,
right.
for real.
That's that what I just said right now. That's the God honest truth. I'm not like I said. I ain't gonna get on here and be lying to
Nah,
another man,
I can believe
especially
that. I
looking in
can
y'all
believe
face
that.
and
Yo,
lying to y'all.
I
That's the
believe
reason I
that,
took
man.
it down. Ain't no another man who put his pants on the same way I can could dictate what I do and how I do it. I did that really to because I'm not comfortable with sitting down with 12 like that. I never did it. And, it's just, I haven't made it to that point to where I'm gonna sit down with 12. Like I said, that my intention wasn't to even get the
Yeah,
attention of 12. And, so, but like I said, I take accountability and responsibility for how
yeah,
it happened. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it is
Right.
what it is. We all make mistakes, but I still feel how I feel. I don't take that back. But I recanted what I said on behalf of 12 asking me to do it. If I'm not gonna move forward with them, then they advised me to take it down. So that's what I
Right.
did.
Say, bro.
I
Recently,
respect that. I respect
nah,
that.
I respect it too though. But recently,
What?
bro, we've been seeing some shit going on with you and Gangsta, right? Some
Yeah.
back and forth shit. Like it been going on for a little minute though. Like what caused the friction between y'all, bro? Like, was y'all ever like really, ever, partners?
Was we like partners or something? You said?
Yeah, like y'all was ever tight. Like, what caused the friction
Nah,
between
we
y'all?
we we wasn't really partners, man. There's no secret that I had a heroin addiction, and he used to, yeah. But me and him, we kind of connected through that lane, and Yella had built a relationship, kind of like not no real tight relationship, but we'll go by gangster to get some and if he wasn't there,
Right,
his mama wasn't going because she know we was the popular rapper. So his mama wasn't gonna just let us stand out there and wait for us. She'd be like, y'all come inside, and
right,
might fix us something to eat or whatever. But
right.
that was just the
Real,
closeness. That was just the closeness of that. But
right,
if you can go back and watch the video, the viral video, when I had the mask on, I explained what my grievances was with him. You know what I'm saying? In
right.
in, in uh in my opinion, he could have put a stop to that. But I don't want to relive that. It's already on the internet. You can go and watch that. Or
Right,
whoever's watching this, you can go and watch that and kind of know what I'm saying. You feel
right.
me?
Yeah. A couple people wanted to know, so we had to ask him. We had to ask you the question, big brother.
It's good, man. I ain't tripping.
All right, so I noticed that you've been having a lot of different videos and stuff look like me with AI on your
Yeah.
platform, but the album you got called Straight from the Ramp, do you plan on streaming it anytime soon on any platforms?
Yes, definitely. In that period of time, UNLV had delivered so much music to it's this is going to go on for a long time. And the blessing is that I'm not allowed to really go into details about this. But when we took cash money to court, not only that we won the settlement, but we also won the rights to our music. So I can do anything I want with that music right now, you know.
Right, right.
So it's definitely going to come, and the internet can be a blessing and a curse, but in this situation, it's a
Damn.
blessing because it allows me to bring Yellow Boy back to life. Back then videos wasn't as popular as it is now. Yellow didn't even get a chance to make a video for Drag 'em in the River, and I go and get a Dragon from the River album made, and it went up there.
Yeah, for
Say,
real.
bro.
I saw
Say, bro,
that
you
go
you
fine.
you you messing us up, bro. Because I really had see when we do the interviews, we got a docket. We call it the docket. Nigga, back, you was on that docket for the day. You had to go before, So we got a docket, bro. And you killed one of our questions just now. Did y'all catch that? He killed one of our questions. Y'all
Yeah,
caught
he
that?
has.
Right?
He killed two
He killed
birds with
you.
one
You
stone.
killed one of our questions because we was about to ask you.
That nigga,
Several people that was
that
on
nigga
the
Vic, man.
label,
He a Vic.
several people that was on the label, then sued Cash Money for their money, and that was, can you
Definitely one
speak
of the
to?
Uh,
questions.
Yeah, we
uh,
want to know about the
but
people want to know about that.
my
The people want to know
here's
about that.
here's my opinion. Back then, I'm and I'm gonna be once again. I'm gonna try to be totally transparent with y'all guys. Back then, till Babies and Slim defense, they didn't really know the business the way they learned to learn the business, the way they know it now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of their dealings was crookedly done unconscious, if that makes
Trial by
sense.
trial by error.
Yes, but once you learn what you got going on, if you got a good heart, you're gonna make that right. I shouldn't have to take you to court and do this, but to a certain extent, you already know that it ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? But when you thinking the next man don't know no better, you gonna keep on going forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like, if you on the block hustling and somebody come and pay you for a $20 piece of crack, but you hand them off a $10 piece of crack, and if they don't say nothing, then you gonna let them keep on going and keep that extra 10. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm
So
down. Yeah.
yeah, so that's kind of like how it was. They really didn't know we all was learning the business together. And
Right.
but at the end of the day, when you got uh 4 or 5 people, Tom, Dick, and Harry suing you for money, at some point you gotta look at yourself, or either that's who you are. You feel what I'm saying? If you're making a
Yeah.
mistake, you feel
Right.
what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to look at, well, what am I doing wrong? And if you're not willing to look at what you're doing wrong, then that's who you are.
Yeah, because making that
Definitely.
mistake, you make that mistake a few times, and you like, all right, we did this bad, we didn't
Mhm.
Yeah.
know, and now we know, and then we keep doing. Now it ain't a mistake no more. It's
Right. Everybody
you,
ain't lying on you. So I lied, Turk lied, BG lied,
Juvie,
Wayne
Wayne,
lied, Juby lied. Come
Miss
on,
T,
everybody ain't a lie.
Don't
At
forget
some point,
T. Don't forget the
Miss
it's
T,
legendary Miss T.
Miss
Miss
T.
T, that's my dog. Miss T, my dog, real tough. But at some point, you gotta look at yourself. Everybody ain't a lie. You feel me?
Right.
God
Yeah,
damn.
say, bro. Yeah, that's great because like a lot of people look at it and it's like, and I'm gonna be honest. I said this. And this because I was raised, my grandma always told me, don't put your giant Hancock on nothing without reading. If you don't understand it, bring it to me, let me read it. And if I don't
Yeah.
understand it, I'm gonna bring it to somebody else. So I always, in my eyes, I look at it like, man, nigga was fucking stupid for signing some shit and they don't know what they signing. Cause that's how I was
Right.
raised. But me
Right.
being older, I gotta check myself on that. I just said that the other day. Um, but I gotta check myself right now in this moment because what you don't know, you can't I can't fault somebody for what they don't know. I was
Right.
fortunate enough my
Right.
grandma raised me like that.
Right.
And like a lot of people signing them fucking deals and they don't a lot of people signing deals because they need that money right quick.
Right.
Like
Right.
you in a struggle,
And
you in a jam, so
that was
so
our case,
10,
man. We
five
all grew
bands,
up.
10 bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
We
you
all
gotta
grew
you
up poorly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he come around, he see the talent in us. So it's like, we didn't know no better. We asking for this, that, and the other. He running and go get it because he know in his mind, that ain't
Exactly.
nothing. That ain't nothing compared. This is what I want you to
Yeah.
do. Anybody who's watching and y'all also, calculate this. You remember in the 90s, CDs, cassettes, and vinyls, what they were called, 8.99, 9.99, 15.99. Man, you calculate that times 30, 40, 50, 60,000 copies. You feel what I'm saying? So we've been had made them out of millionaires, but we didn't know what we know now. That Six and Barone album, when that album dropped, that album did 60,000 copies. And that was our first album. And if
Wait,
but it
so
but
that's back when album tapes was what, 10,
they
12 dollars. The
Yeah,
CD
Yeah,
was,
cassettes was eight
yeah.
ninety nine. CDs was like 9 to 14, 15,
No,
and
them
no,
CD was high. The CD, because you gotta
yeah,
think about it. You gotta remember CD when the CD hit, everybody was like, "What?" You could, if you had a CD player, you was balling. You had money.
and
nah,
also
Everybody ain't
real.
have a CD
wasn't
player.
nobody stealing your music or
Yeah.
burning
Yeah,
your music.
right,
So it was
right.
all people actually had to go to the record stores and buy music. So it was a good time for artists, CEOs, and record stores. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
what a lot
yeah.
of y'all
So
do,
y'all,
boy.
damn, y'all, how many units you say y'all moved?
The Six and Barone moved 60,000 by itself coming out the door. So we knew,
Was that locally or regionally?
I would say regionally,
Okay,
we knew that we was making a change and making a difference because when we first started recording Six and Barone, we was recording Six and Barone at Manny Fresh's house, and the
Right,
equipment was set up in his kitchen, and we were sitting on milk crates, separated, one person in that corner, one person over here, one person in that corner. But after the money started coming in from Six and Barone, shit, we was in top of the line studios. And that,
right, right.
nobody that came behind us, they didn't experience that part of the
Nah,
struggle.
damn, sit
They
on the
came in the
motherfuckers.
door. They came in the door with a spoon in their mouth.
Right.
Far as how they had to record. We had to get it how we live. You feel me?
Nah,
dang.
for real. In
Nigga
real
said
life,
milk
though.
crates in the kitchen.
Yeah,
So
Real
that's
talk.
some different type of shit.
everybody think, because of your health issues, this is the reason why you're saying all this, which I know this is probably a question you got a million times, but for God's
Yeah.
sake, one more time, is any of this you're doing is because you have health issues? Because I don't know why they keep putting death on you, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why they want to kill me. I'm gonna outlive half of these pillhead motherfuckers out there anyway. Excuse me for cursing.
Nah, you good.
They try to. No, I say excuse me because I have to
Yeah,
practice that. I'm in
he don't be
school.
cursing. Right,
I'm in school because I have to do a lot of presentations and writings and videos in school, and it just
right,
teach me how to speak better and present myself better. So I try my hardest to do that. But man, ain't nothing. I'm not dying, man. My kidney issues is a result of my drug use all through my young adult life.
right,
So, I still live a normal life. I do whatever I do, bang, 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 and everything else. You feel what I'm saying?
right,
Right.
But
He
it's
said,
just
"Bang."
that I gotta filter my kidneys because they're not filtering themselves like
right,
a normal
Understood.
person kidneys will filter themselves. And if I don't filter my kidneys with the dialysis, then the toxins will build up into my body and it'll make me sick, fever or whatever else it'll do when toxins
right,
build up in your body.
right,
But just a little small piece of education about kidney and kidney functions. Me and all three of y'all, we're not going to die with the same kidney functions that we had when we were born. We all, unless you have some kind of rare form of kidney issues, when you're born with a full functioning set of kidneys. And as you get older, when you reach your teens to your 20s, to your 30s, to your 40s, your 50s, all through that, your kidney functions are getting lower and lower.
Yeah,
My kidney failure came from drug use. But there's people who never touched a drug in their life that's sitting in a dialysis place with me because
right,
That's a fact.
it's because of old age. Your functions are not going to stay the same. So if
right,
if that if the key to that is to be mindful of what you're putting into your body, as far as food that's high with phosphorus and all that. Y'all probably don't know what that means, but you could just look the word up and stuff like that that's gonna continue to damage your kidneys. You know, to keep a healthy kidney, you gotta eat food that's high on protein and stuff like that. You know, so that's just a
Right,
little something to give anybody that may be watching this video who may be curious about it. But to
right.
answer the question, nah, I'm not dying, man. You know, like I said, I'm
We,
I'm
Yeah,
51 years old and I feel great. I feel
so
right.
great,
wait,
man.
you
That's
said the
what's up.
bang bang. You still you adding to the count?
Yeah,
You
the
still
man say
you,
bang, bang, bang.
you
What, man? What?
That boy acting like
I'm a
Pops off the Wayne's brothers. That boy
I'm
say
a
bang, bang, bang.
because I try not to curse and I try to replace words with
nah, you good?
the best of my policy. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
gonna be like
I
that one day. I'm childish
I'm
like
a I'm a I'm a single man, so I'm supposed to be popping something, right?
Nah, for real,
yeah,
for real. You
All
better
right
Pop,
be.
then. I'm supposed to cut up.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
supposed
pop,
to cut up.
pop
Say,
your
bro.
shit.
Um, man, what does the fucking legendary Tech Nine, bro, have planned in the future, bro? Any more pool stories? Yeah. About
Uh
CMR?
Man, the stories they range from CMR to anybody that like I said, I got some stories that just from my hood, from my childhood, and the stories range from I plan to tell any story that I had an experience with, and it don't matter who is with it. Some it's gonna rub people wrong, and some people gonna be like, "Man, thank you for acknowledging da da da." But
Right.
like I said, my main motive is not to allow somebody else. Man, you know how many stories and videos and documentaries that I saw about myself that I know they wasn't telling the correct way. Yeah, Tech Nine, the first person that put hands on Slim and lived to tell about it, and they ain't tell a goddamn thing right. Excuse me. You feel what I'm saying? But my whole
Right.
thing, like I said, I'm not about to let nobody else tell my life story, and don't even consult with me about it. They just grab my story and tell it how they want story. Tell it, man. Nah, I bet not.
See, that's kind of the foundation of the podcast we have. Is we spoke on the other day, like we got people that come in our live and they always saying you shouldn't say
Yeah.
this, you shouldn't be. We don't move like that. I'm who I am, Ash who she is, Tyler who he is. We
Yeah,
all three different, so we invite people to come in, say what your truth is your truth. So if that's your truth, like I could say
right.
I don't believe it, but at the end of the day, that's your truth. Like Ash just said, she trying to stop cursing. I got a little hold up. I got a little thing that right there. When she said she trying to stop that little thing, she fucking lying. She ain't trying to stop cursing
Yeah,
no time soon. But that's her truth. So I let her go with
No.
it. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
In real life though, like the name of the podcast, in real life though, she full of shit. She ain't trying to stop cursing. But
Dude,
that's
you
another
so
story. But
fucking,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
dirty. You
I,
dirty. You ain't have to
well,
use
you
me
know,
as an
oh
example.
man,
Why
I
you
you
can
took a
use
blast your
shower earlier.
Sidey?
head.
Why you can use Sidey? Why you have to use me?
I'm gonna
Because you
me.
just said when he said he trying
I'll
to,
be all right.
get his he working on his self. See, you should take some inspiration from Tech right
I
now. Cause
did. When he said he
yeah,
don't curse, I did. I was like, well, damn, he's strong because the
see
way the
when she
things these
lied, I
people
gotta hit that
say.
bell.
No, for real. I did say that in my mind. I said he really strong because the things that people say. That's why I stopped podcasting the first time. Because bitch, I'm gonna answer you every time. You not about to play with me in no
What
type of
you
way.
see
I
what
don't
I'm
give a
saying?
fuck.
Right,
Every
right.
comment.
There
Look,
she go. There she
look, there
go.
she
She
go.
text don't curse. I curse.
See, she
Hmm.
just see how she just that and she gone.
Yeah,
But we really wanted you on to tell your truth, like to because there's a lot of stuff like I said, we didn't cover I think probably 3 different videos you didn't put out,
Yeah,
and
fake.
right,
we got people in our comments saying that nigga lying, that nigga's about to die, that nigga like all the stuff we
right,
asking you is based
right.
off what's in our comments in our live on the we go live every
Nah, for
day,
real, for real.
so
A
we
lot of
cover
people, a lot of
everything.
people really don't think for themselves or take time to listen well. If one person says something, then they run with it, and if two
Right,
people run with it, that's the rap. That's what the narrative is. Somebody could come on
right, right.
and watch this video right now and say Tech got one leg, and they're gonna run with that narrative. Oh, he said that he told all that stuff because he got one leg. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just how I go. But what puzzles me so much is why people get so offended. You know, why the main reason, like I said, why I stand on what I stand on is because I know I can look in the mirror and know that I ain't lying on nobody. And
Right.
Thanks.
as long as I'm not lying on nobody, you're not about to tell me to shut up or not to tell my story. It's my story
Right.
to tell. What do you
Right.
want me to do? Let somebody else tell it? Nah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
you do right not to let nobody else tell it because they're gonna tell it, they're gonna make money off it, they're gonna brag on it, why they making money off it. So you may want
And
to
they're
Yeah.
stay
gonna
on telling
fabricate
your
it.
own
And they're
story.
gonna fabricate your
Yeah.
Yeah,
story. So
yeah.
Definitely.
yeah,
Thanks. So yeah,
yeah.
but
Because
Most
saying,
people who get offended are supporters of those that I'm making videos about
right,
anyway. The
yeah,
the
right, right,
majority the majority appreciate the content because they're fans. They want to know. You know, fans love to feel connected
yeah.
right.
to people
Thanks.
that
To the
they're
real.
fans of.
To the
Whether
real.
it's a whether it's a movie star, a singer, a rapper, if they feel some kind of connection with you, that makes them feel a certain kind of way.
That's
Right.
So,
facts.
you know,
Definitely.
that's
say,
all I'm
bro.
giving. My content is for my real fans, and I
Right.
also leave the trolls. I leave their comments in there. Like I told them today,
Oh,
maybe
we
that's
love them.
therapy for them. Maybe they
We
Yeah.
love
need
them.
somebody to say F you or something. They might need that because they might be at home hungry, getting drove by their girl or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Right. Right.
I
You're
ain't
right.
say they
I don't know.
hungry.
Nah, for
Yeah, you
real.
no telling what their problem is, but ain't nowhere in the world I'm gonna wake up just mad every day and want to tell somebody something negative. I can't. Why? I can't do that.
Right.
That's
I
it, bro.
rather
Right.
inspire you than tear you down negatively if I don't have no reason to. You feel me?
I
Right.
gotta
Most definitely.
agree. Like I told you before we started, when we did the dinner party, I came holler at you and
Right.
Fat, and I was like, say, bro, y'all the reason I got in a lot of trouble in high school. Y'all fucking
Yeah,
music. I don't know if you
yeah,
Nah,
remember,
for
y'all was
real.
sitting at the table. I came holler at, I told you welcome home, whatever, whatever. But
yeah.
y'all, I started sneaking a lot of niggas and dances and parties fucking with y'all. So you know what I'm saying? You
Man.
right. You dig? So like it was
Hmm.
for me to see y'all in that moment. I'm like, I never met y'all. So like I had to tell y'all, like, say, bro, y'all really had me out here punching niggas down and punching like getting put out high school parties and dances because I'm
Right.
listening to UNLV. So you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
Nah,
right.
for real though.
You know, when people see people pick and choose who they like, who they want
Yeah.
side with,
Nah, for
yeah.
real.
we pick and choose like us three.
Right,
Like we might not agree on a topic that we own, but that's how it's supposed to be because we
right,
born individual. Like you supposed to have your feeling, but and we let people come in there and troll. We we appreciate them because
Thanks.
Let the trolls,
yeah.
man. The trolls the
they
best, man. They the
you
best,
know what.
man.
I'm gonna tell you what we just said and figured out the other day. We had somebody and I forgot their name. I really want to say their name, but I can't remember it.
You
It
talking
was
about that Nola bounce shorts?
bounce shorts, Nola bounce shorts. Yeah, dumb.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
She come in the chat and she just going off saying we lame and this that, but she keep commenting. So
Right,
we like keep commenting, keep talking, because you building us up. You helping the lame podcast that you took your time out your day to come in here. So we thank them. So just from me to you, I say
right.
thank you. I tell them thank you in the comments,
Yeah,
man.
keep them
That's
in there.
my that's what I
Don't
look at.
block
I'm
them.
like,
Don't block them or nothing, man. Leave them
nah,
there.
I don't have the time to stand there and block all that. My thing is, you mean to tell me, all right, my last video was 18 minutes. You mean to tell me you stood there and watched all 18 minutes just to take the time out to tell me something negative?
Weird.
Boy, you need to
Exactly.
find yourself, you need to find you a hobby or something. Because ain't
Yeah,
nowhere in the world
That's
I
their
got time
hobby.
to just sit there and block them all. So I look at them and I do read the comments, you know. So if
Their hobby
anybody
is
watching
hating,
this,
bro.
you feel like you want to come take a shot at old tech, just do your thing, man. It's all good. My emotions are bulletproof for real.
I about to say bulletproof.
Yes,
Now,
Exactly.
sir.
yeah.
while we talking about fans and all that, right? And trolls
No.
and all that, you have a particular fan. They told me to ask you this question. They want to know what you and Kano got going on. It's a video with you and Kano. I think it was by AI or something, and it was so fire. They want to know, do you and Kano have anything else planned that y'all working on together?
Yes. I'm about to drop an exclusive for y'all also. Um, Me and Kano uh been partners for a very, very long time. And that's one of my go-to guys because he's so talented. Kano have degrees in music and engineering and everything.
That's
That
right.
And
dude been cold a long time, bro.
so right now, me and Kano are working on a gospel album. It's still hip hop
That's right.
music, but it's gospel album. And now let me tell you
Right.
why I chose to do that. Um,
Definitely.
I just dropped the temperature check album, right? And I got a lot of good reviews for the from the album. And but from the generation that's out here now that really mess with music, they put an age gap on those who they feel like can rap. So the
Right.
majority of
Right.
music heads. And they'll be quick to tell you, man, you're too old to be doing that. So you need to get that music to a younger crowd.
Yeah.
And so me being in the marketing genius that I
Yeah.
am, stuff that I learned
Yeah.
in marketing that I'm learning right now in marketing school is that
Right.
okay, well, switch lanes a little bit, put your blank on and switch over and see how this works. So I decided to uh change my genre to gospel music because there's one thing that I've been knowing my whole life. There is no age gap on glorifying God.
Right.
You can
Right.
Fact.
you can
Right.
glorify God as a child, young man, teenager, OG, and an older person is going to
Right.
glorify God. So
Most definitely.
if I'm saying the right things, then I'll get ears from everywhere.
Everywhere.
As long as there's some believers, and that's my point right now is I want to speak to the believers. I've been speaking to non-believers for a very long time, and
Yeah.
it's just at
You had
some
them
point,
pushing niggas.
as
You're right.
at some point, you just change and you know you figure some other stuff out. I'm not just gonna keep on bumping my head and don't
Fact.
think I'm gonna get a hickey. You feel me?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um, I do have another one that people wanted to know because I want to say it came from Gangsta, but it was rumored that when Yella was unalive, that you had been going around saying that you did it. So
Yeah,
again,
isn't it
for
crazy?
you to this, we open the door for you to address a lot of stuff that has been questioned, is in
Yeah.
the air, is out there.
Right.
Floor is
Um,
yours.
I can appreciate the question, and I don't have a problem with answering it. There is no in the world that I'm a go somewhere and say I killed Yellow. First of all, now let me tell this story, and the end of this story is going to answer that question for you.
Right.
So the streets were saying that they had something to do with it, right?
Hmm.
Right.
I was still affiliated with them.
Right.
Now, by the streets feeling like that and me still affiliated with them, my name got thrown in the mix of it. So
All right. All
my
right.
my my PO, my no, I wasn't. Yeah, my parole officer at that time, he had his ears to the street on me because I was popular. He knew I was in the streets, and
Right.
he wound up coming to pick me up, and he tried to, they locked me up, and he put a hold on me, and his intention was to get me indicted because he telling the people that me and him had a conversation, and the way the conversation went was I'm just generally talking to him, and I was like, yeah, when the guy got killed, but he switched it up and told and wrote down on a piece of paper that I said, yeah, when I killed the guy. I mean, just totally
Wait, so
switched my words up.
you saying your
My
PO?
Right.
parole officer, the one that kicked all this off. Now, here's what made him look like an a-hole, and everybody else look like an a-hole. I, the night Yella got killed, I was in the rehab.
Right.
Now, now, I didn't even realize that I had this ace of spade in the hole until maybe after 2 3 months after I was locked up. My mind cleared up, my thoughts cleared up, and the young lady that I was dealing with one night, because how I got out the rehab was they didn't want to let me out. It was some stipulation just leave out of a rehab. You got to sign some kind of 72-hour thing. Then they let you go.
Right.
But when I found out Yella got killed, I made them put me out the rehab. I started breaking furniture and throwing stuff so they let me go. But when I was talking to the young lady on the phone from a jailhouse call, she made a joke about how I got put out the rehab for breaking up furniture, and that's when the light went off into my head. I'm like, God damn, I sure was in the rehab. You know, how the hell they gonna try to charge me with yellow murder and I was in the rehab? So we got a
So
lawyer
were
and
you
he got us a
officially
court
charged?
date.
Were you officially charged, or were you just on
No, he was
hold?
trying to he put me on the hold trying to present that I mistakenly confessed to it and get me indicted on it.
Damn.
But
Oh, the
but
PO.
here's yeah, my parole officer, he didn't like me at all. But here's the
Oh,
thing about it. Once I realized where I was the night Yella got killed, I got a lawyer. My lawyer got me a court date. When I got to court, the judge asked the clerk or whatever that is, his secretary, to contact the rehab and get them to fax over their records to show where I was that night. The rehab faxed over those paperwork and
right,
showed that I was there. And the judge was like, Mr. Manuel couldn't be in two places at one time. Let him
man.
go. And that's it. That's what cleared me. But I don't know what this fool talking about. I came and told him what the hell I'm gonna tell him that for. And I just explained to y'all that where I was. So why would I in any kind of frame of mind tell him that I did it? What sense does that make?
None
That
at
thing
all.
crazy. But
So
he like I said, he's gonna twist stories around because he's going to defend that brand because he's still closely associated with him. That's why I call him Side Piece Williams because he allowed them to have a relationship with him, but in private. You better not say this that I'll come around me. You can't. Just like you
yeah.
treat a side piece. You feel me?
Ah,
That's
gotcha.
that's
Yeah.
That's it,
that's why
bro.
I give him that name.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I swear, bro, on everything. I was about to say, man, what made you name the man side piece, bro?
Side piece
Because
Williams.
that he's being treated like a side piece. That's why I call him a side piece.
There you go. Well,
Say, bro.
Look at that side piece. He know he a side piece. He not allowed to come around or nothing. Now I ain't gonna lie. When he say he
Damn.
talked to one of them, he ain't lying about that. He talks to him, but you can't
right,
come around. We ain't coming around you. You can't come to no shows. None of that. You
right,
feel what I'm
That's
right,
saying?
that.
Just like a
right.
side piece. I'm gonna let you claim cash money, put on a chain and a jacket, but that's as far as it go. Stay
All
Now,
your
right,
ass over there.
now, as
yeah.
on that topic, he also said the night it happened, you end up they was in Lafayette or La Place or somewhere doing a show, and you came out there to tell them that Yella got killed. So,
Nah, they already knew Yella got killed because they called me and said, "Man, come get out the city. There's too much damage going on down there. Come out here." It was actually they really put me in a trick bag because when I went out there, it was a UNLV show, and I'll never forget this. It was Juvenile and all right. I'm gonna stop
so
right there because
wait.
I don't.
Was that wait before you go further? Was that the same night, or was that when you got
Yeah,
put
it was.
out you got put out the rehab, and then you
No,
went
no. It had to be like the next night or something like that
okay,
because
all right,
when I got put out the rehab, there's no way because I had to my little lady friend had to come pick me up and
Right,
all that.
right,
It
right.
had to be like maybe a day or two later, but it was a
Yeah.
UNLV show, right?
how
And
is a UNLV show without you? And
that's why I just
You
said they
didn't
put
know
me in a trick
that.
bag because
You didn't know.
when I got there, they was like, man, just go ahead and do the song, do Drag 'em in the River. But it was me, Juvie, and somebody else on stage singing Drag 'em in the River. That's why I wanted to stop because I
Right,
can't remember who else it was, but I know for a fact it was Juvie and me and somebody
right.
else on Drag for the River. So in my mind, I'm like, man, it's a UNLV show anyway, because that, at that point, that's the only song that's gonna get the crowd
That was
bananas anyway,
for real, for real.
So nah, man, like I say, you got to be able to discern the truth from a lie. You feel me?
Yeah, most
that's a
definitely.
fact.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So see again, like I said, bro, we the questions we asking. This is all the stuff that's going on. Is from the I like to say from the horse's mouth. I like to hear from the horse's mouth. if Tech come to me and tell me, man, you know, Ash said she was gonna stop cursing, and she stopped. And I gotta hear that from Ash that she stopped cursing. I ain't gonna believe that off
Yeah.
top. I ain't believing
Yeah.
that story because I know she
Nah,
lying.
real.
But I gotta hear. I like to hear from the horse's mouth because, like I said, it's your story to tell, and
Right.
then I get to decide if I believe what you're saying. But
Right.
we just got off live, and I say, y'all remember seeing anybody say they ain't believing? Because
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
few people. They didn't
Uh-uh.
believe that story about BG with the matches either, but I believe the story. But
oh no Ash. See, you was drunk. You must have been
Nah.
drunk yesterday when we did that story. And I asked, you could go back and look at the chat. Everybody said they believe that story.
Man, I
okay,
don't
you
have
said
no reason.
wait. So we talking
Say,
about the
bro, let
story
me
with the
ask you this.
matches?
Let me
The
ask y'all
story with
this.
the matches.
I
Yeah.
gotta be some kind of weirdo to sit down and think about a story that I want to tell and come up with. I
With
saw
that
Slim
one.
put matches in
Yeah.
BG, but
Right.
nah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I don't do nothing, bro, I'm not gonna lie on nobody, and that's why I'm so confident about telling my story and don't care whose feelings get bruised or not, because
Right.
they know I'm not lying. You feel what I'm
I
saying?
think you would have to
Right.
be Martin Scorsese or something to come up with that story. I
Right.
Real
done
talk.
seen some shit that that's a movie. That's some shit, and I always say, who the fuck come up with it? Like, you really gotta sit down and just be on some fucked up shit to say, yeah, nigga put light matches in nigga ass and lit it in the
Slim opened that
nigga
boy
ass.
booty cheeks and put them matches in there. That man not lying.
Yeah.
See now,
Nah, it's the truth.
yeah.
It's the
See,
truth.
so the
All of my stories are true, and I'll say this 1,000 times. I have no reason to lie. It's just my stories. We went through some wild times, you know.
Right.
We getting high and get drunk at a young age, and so we did some wild stuff. Thankfully, I came from a place where my past ain't had no flaws on it. Outside of what people go to uh phrases about me when they feelings get hurt.
Getting
Oh, he ain't
loaded.
nothing but a junkie.
Getting
He
loaded.
ain't nothing but a junkie. Yeah, that's it. That's what they go to thing that because that's
All
the
you ain't
only
got.
scar. That's the only scar I got on my name. So that's the only thing
Right.
that they can run to. But I'll be like,
Right.
okay, you remember when I get loaded because I try my best to forget it. And I've been clean 7, 8 years right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's the
you
that's
could think
funny you
about
say that, bro.
Salute to you.
yeah.
Salute to you, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
salute.
you could think
Right.
about when I was getting loaded, but I that's in my past. You feel me?
Nah, for
It's
real.
funny you
For real.
said that because we've been fussing with people in our chat about the shit murder saying
Yes.
and murder doing, and they always go to, oh, that nigga a crackhead. And I know my cousin, that nigga been smoking crack since crack hit the city of New Orleans.
Yeah,
But
nah, I
it ain't never stopped him from telling the truth.
Yeah.
So
I doubt seriously that murder is using crack. That is a person go-to thing when they don't have nothing else to
to
say about you.
discredit to
They gonna
discredit
call
the
you.
story.
We've been to discredit you and your story. We've been doing that to people to each other for years.
Forever.
Oh man, crackhead ass move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've been doing
Mhm.
that to each other. But nah, man.
That's the lowest you could go with some people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
get that,
yeah,
that's the lowest you could go.
right. To be honest with you, I feel like what I was doing, I was using heroin and I was mixing it with crack. So I feel like that's lower. So I know if a person was to call me a crackhead, they didn't know what I was gonna go do with that crack. I was mixing it with the heroin, speedballing is what they call it. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? But when I went to buy the crack from him, they don't know if I'm finna go smoke it or not. So I didn't look at myself like a crackhead, but they did. You feel
Right.
me?
Right.
So it is what it is. You can't allow what somebody think of you. Just like you say, somebody that come on your podcast and say y'all whack. So if you let that um penetrate your mind and your thoughts long enough, you're gonna start believing that. You
Right.
feel what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Maybe I should get off here. I'm not doing the right thing. Nah, man, you
Right.
gotta believe that you great and continue to be great. And
Right.
the fruits of y'all labor is gonna show eventually. You feel
Right.
me?
They gonna better
Facts.
itself.
Hey,
Yeah.
you being on here right now is a testament to what you just said. The fruits of our labor is showing. We got a legendary artist from the city of New Orleans
Most definitely.
known, well known. Like it ain't no they Tech Nine. New Orleans, in New Orleans, I'm gonna say
Real
New
talk.
Orleans, but
Had me out my mind for sure.
yeah, man, I got put out of that prep dance. I punched the shit out that dude fucking with y'all, bro. Y'all was down bad. Y'all had young niggas. Y'all was uptown nigga living violent, but y'all had niggas all over the city living violent, bro. I was just punching people.
Yeah. You
I asked
know,
for forgiveness.
the only thing that I
And I
regret
blame
about
y'all. I
my
blame y'all. I
career
blame it's y'all fault.
and what I regret about my career is that my music, I glorify getting high a lot in my music. And as a result of that, a lot of people started experimenting and wanting to know what it was like to use heroin because of what we was talking about in those
Big
songs. We
brother,
had songs like I Need a Bag of Dope and stuff
big
like that. So
brother.
we
Guess
responsible
what?
for that.
Guess what? Guess what? You just said you joined the gospel way. So if you could lead them to do that way, watch how easy you lead
Right,
to do the right thing. Don't
right,
regret
right,
nothing. You
right,
went through what you had to go through to get where you at now. So
Thanks.
right,
don't quit it,
right.
my guy.
You know how
Live
many
with
people
no regrets,
I
man.
got high with that's not here anymore? You know how
Yes.
many people that I went yeah with that's not here anymore?
You one of them chosen ones, man. So
You
guess
feel what
what?
I'm
It's
saying? So I know God has a bigger plan for me. And when that thought and
Right.
that light went off to say, I'm gonna back away from the derogatory music and start to glorify God in my music. That
Right.
was it. You know what God say? Now you got it, son. Now you
Right.
got
Yeah.
it.
That's what
You
it
feel what I'm
is.
saying? And I
So
still have the platform to do it. And I had people that been asking me to do it. As long as I glorify uptown N-word living violent, that's what I was getting. You
right.
feel me?
Okay.
Right.
Violence, violence and failure. So
bro.
Right.
now it's I'm gonna glorify God's word and try to help lead people to him and
That's what
and
it
Thanks.
and,
is.
and
Yeah.
It
connect
was a
connect connect myself
it
with people that
you had a
already know him.
you went through that season for a reason, and that
That's
Thanks.
what it
season
is,
and
man.
that reason is now being blossomed into that flower,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
the new work.
Gotta press
Say,
Thanks.
bro,
forward and keep coming
hey,
positive now, man. That's it.
say, bro, did one of y'all send him our docket? Because I think he just went into the last
Man,
question.
I'm trying to tell you that, man.
No, I was about to ask the
I
last
don't
question.
know, but I know y'all done put me in a trick bag. I told y'all 20 minutes. We had 59, 57 minutes.
That was
Yeah,
ass. That was ass.
look,
That
that's
was
why you
ass.
long winded with your answers, and I mean you
Hey,
you
I
long
don't
winded
know,
with your
man.
answers.
That's cool,
Yeah.
bro. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize. That
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
Nah,
have
okay.
to
It's
Nah,
okay.
have to
Trust
listen,
me,
make
bro.
we are
That ain't nothing
excited
but
to
pre
God
have you.
energy, man. Listen,
presentations.
bro. At the
we
Yeah,
end of
we're
the
excited
day,
to
Man,
have
man.
you.
look, we all talking. We thankful to have this
Yeah, we
time.
showing gratitude. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
Y'all,
thankful,
bro.
y'all,
thankful
y'all
to have
title
you.
should be in real life puts Tech Nine in trick bag. That's what y'all need to name that mother.
But now we really on the last question though. Like,
All
I'm
right, cause
sorry
I
that
gotta
you.
bounce for real. So run it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry that y'all answer your question in paragraphs. But look, on some real stuff. What do you have planned for the future? Like, do you plan on settling down, getting married? Because we know you're in school. You got the new gospel stuff you're doing. You're working back on your book. You just got a whole lot of stuff going on. You're working and all that. So, do you plan on settling down? And probably becoming a deacon or something in the church since
I
you.
just want to say this question was not on the docket. That all right. That's on y'all too. I'm out.
I
That's a trick
if the
bag for
right
real. Damn.
if the right person come along that and we can match energy, then I don't mind settling down. But I'm not about to settle down with nobody who not gonna match my energy or match my grind or match my hustle.
Right.
As far as the future, uh, I have a food truck business, and I plan on using
What's the
my
name? What's the name? What's the name? Shout it out. Shout.
chicken lady. Chicken lady. I've been shouting it
Bro.
out forever since I
Chicken
first
No,
got
we
lady.
it.
gotta shout it out everywhere on here. We gotta
Yeah,
push that.
and also I'll have my marketing degree in January. I have my degree in January, and I plan on using that, to get back into the music. Hopefully, I can be the voice for some Fortune 500 company or some big label or something. Since I know a little bit music, and and I have a marketing degree, so I plan on. I definitely my long term goal is to maximize my ability with that marketing degree. Because it took me. I really
Yeah,
started this idea in prison, and I got my GED in prison. I'm like, I'm not just gonna drive, get a GED, and don't put it to use. So when I came home, I
right.
I just started doing my thing.
All right.
Man, that's what's up, bro. You know,
Oh man.
to hear like your life is really you don't have a testimony without tests. You've been
Yeah.
tested, battle tested. You got testimony after testimony. You got battle wounds, scars. You done made it out. You done made it through it. You done, like you said, you done lost so many people around you. Again, my brother Chef Will, his bro. Y'all was ride. Y'all was doing y'all like. So I know a little bit, but y'all, you here for a reason, bro. And
Real talk.
in real life though, we thank you for being here with us. You know what I'm saying?
All
Like you
right.
say,
Salute to you.
you a real positive story. Like
Mhm.
you got a negative, but you got that so much positive now. And it's like it's good to hear. And we always say, bro, me and Ty have been on for over a year. Ash got with us the last couple months, like last 2 months, month and a half. We talk positive on the podcast. We got 8 people in there. We talk the
Right.
negative. BG with the badges in this, 100,000 people want to talk about it.
Talk about.
Hey,
Right.
So we gonna push this interview uh
Most
to let
definitely
people
is.
see, like this is for
It's all a part of marketing. That's what I'm learning right now. It's a part of how you
Yeah.
present it and what's your target audience. That's the main question
Right.
you ask yourself first. What is my target audience? And that's who you want. That's if when you have the answer to that, then you're gonna know, what to put in your
Right.
titles
we
or
we
whatnot.
we
You
got
feel me?
we got the target audience.
Right.
It's the people that's living life in real life, because Tech just gave us his life in real life though, and you can't ask for no more than that, bro.
fact.
Nah, that's
For
him.
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Again,
sure.
we appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're a
Shout
legend.
out to you, big brother.
Big, big
Say
legend.
one
You
last
dig?
thing, man. One last thing, man. I definitely appreciate y'all, and y'all know that I'm a baby in this YouTube era. So it's a few
Right,
questions
right,
that it's a few questions, y'all. Ash got my number. It's a few
Yeah.
things that I need to ask y'all, some advice that I want to ask y'all, and
right.
about this, that, and the other on there. But
That
I,
that's
I
easy.
I need to know if I can reach out to y'all and just chop it up a
Man,
little bit about a couple of things.
man, knock it out, man. Hey,
Roger that.
that function at the Jazz Market. That was me,
Yeah.
Will, and Bub Dorian of the Parkway. That was us put that like
All
that's
right.
us put that together. So
All
man,
right.
that's
That's a bit.
yeah. Any question, anything I can answer, Ash can answer, we can
Yeah.
answer. That's man,
Fact.
come on, man. That's easy work
Because
in
that's
real life,
Yeah,
though.
that's easy work there,
it's
bro.
growing real rapidly. I'm about to touch 8,000 uh subscribers, and that's in like 3-4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
it's growing rapidly, and I just want to make sure that I'm maximizing my potential on there. What I'm doing, but
Right, right.
Man,
so I'm like I said, I'm coming on there telling the truth.
Fact.
I know your numbers. I'm watching. I
Yeah.
watch
Roger that.
everybody all day. But again, bro, Ash lied to you. She probably ain't cursed when she lied and said 20 minutes. We got to an hour. We
I didn't do
appreciate
that.
Hey,
every.
Y'all
I'm
did
in
putting it
that.
on.
real
I'm
life,
putting it on Ash. I'm putting it on
it's
Ash.
Tech Nine in Trick Bag.
I'm gonna make
I
that.
really gotta go,
That
man. I appreciate
that's.
y'all though, bro. I really
We
gotta push
appreciate
though.
you, bro. Be
Appreciate you,
safe.
All
brother.
right,
All right.
Love.
bet.
Bet.